And what's going on, you guys? This is your boy, Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 11, Episode 20. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys have had a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. And of course, I intend on doing the exact same already. All right. Now, before we get into anything, let's talk about what I got coming up and what we need you guys to do. Now, as you already know, I'm nominated for 2 Boss Babe Awards, honey. I'm nominated for Boss Babe YouTuber of the Year, and I'm also nominated alongside Jamar84 for Boss Babe Podcast of the Year for the Prelude. So make sure you guys are voting. The link is out there. Okay. One of my moderators, if they're in here, they should be sharing the link so I can pin it to the top of the screen for you guys. Make sure you guys are voting, voting, voting. These are the same 2 categories that I was voted for, that I was nominated for last year. So make sure you guys are voting. All right. But with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. We really don't have anything else to announce. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this mess, honey. All right. Now, we're here for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And we're gonna start this thing off with Zel and Saucy Santana. Okay. Now they done brought Zel and Saucy Santana over here to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I really don't understand why. I'm sick of them bringing these transplants over to Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami. Have y'all noticed that they brought a lot of the New York girls to Atlanta, and then they brought a lot of the LA girls to Miami, and now they bring in the LA gays to Atlanta? It's just like, why? But anyway, they're talking about the difference between LA and Atlanta. Saucy was like, well, is Atlanta the same? Is LA the same thing as Atlanta? And then he was like, no, LA is Hollywood. Atlanta is Atlanta. But I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And so, he was asking Saucy to give him a kiss or whatever. And then in the midst of him asking Saucy for a kiss or whatnot, that's when Zell started talking about how in the past he have had a lot of differences and a lot of issues with his sexuality and him accepting who he is as a person in regards to his sexuality, honey. Okay. And so when it come down to it, he don't understand, now he's in a better place as to where he used to be as far as his sexuality goes. Then they start showing the flashback of, Love and Hip Hop, the family reunion, and how he was out here saying that, talking about him being gay and talking about what he stood with being gay. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was with it. I don't see why he struggles with his sexuality. I mean, it's pretty clear that he's an angry queen anyway. So there's really no need to really be struggling with it. But a lot of the times, it's not even about being gay. It's more so about where, where do you stand in as far as gay society? Because I know that was a struggle for me per se. It's where I stood in gay society. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not necessarily, when we talked about this on the very last episode that we did for Boys Night Out, where Terrence T no, T Josiah and I were talking about how we used to feel like we were weirdos in the LGBT community because it's like we really didn't fit in, we didn't really exist in that world, and we did not understand the culture of LGBT. Like a lot of gay guys that I know, they love RuPaul's Drag Race. I've never seen not one episode of RuPaul's Drag Race ever in my life. Um, there's some guys that seen, Noah's Ark. That's a show that a lot of the gay guys that I'm friends with or that I know, that I've heard of, or that I've worked with, they've all talked about how they loved Noah's Ark. Guess what? Scotty has never, ever seen that show a day in his life. And that sounds like some stuff that I would normally watch, but I've never seen Noah's Ark ever in my life. So a lot of the things that a lot of gays are into, I'm not particularly into. And that's okay. All gays are not the same, and we all have to understand that. Zell's friends. I don't think that Saucy Santana really likes Zell's friends. He feels like they are in the way and they get him in a lot of trouble. And he's anti-PDA. He does not like public displays of affection. So every time Zell tries to go in for a kiss, he not with it, right? Is it just me, or do I feel like Saucy, no, Zell is more into Saucy than Saucy is into Zell? That's what I'm getting from this. I feel like Zel is giving his all, but Saucy is giving him nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, he's giving him nothing. Right. So it just seems like Saucy thinks that Zel is beneath him, in my opinion. That's the way I see it. We get into Erica Banks. Erica Banks is going into a meeting with her lawyer about this 15-on-1 situation. She said that she decided not to resign to 15-on-1, but then Carl came back with a stipulation saying that she still signed and that she still owed them 2 projects. So when she sat down in the meeting with her manager and the lawyer said, I really hate to tell you this, but I got to be honest with you. 15-on-1 is in a better position than you are. So if you fight this case, you'll be fighting for a good 3 to 4 years. So it's just a certain situation that you got to deal with. You got to figure out, do you want to go to short run or do you want to go to long run? Because if we're going to go to long run, it's going to be 4 years before we really get this shit settled. And then, Chaotic is at the place just to prove himself to Erica Banks, to let her know that he's there for her, that he really likes her, and that he cares about her well-being and what she's trying to do. So that's basically why he's there. So now Bambi was basically saying that she's been attacked by everybody in the palace. You know what I mean? Everybody been coming at her and stuff like that. So she hasn't really been feeling it, and it's a lot of stress, and she's tired of the bullshit. We get into Carly. Carly is rehearsing. She's rehearsing. She has a showcase coming out. Amy comes through, and Carly says that this is a song this song that's playing. I would love for you to be on this song. So, because Amy walked in and she said she's not gonna lie, the song sounded like a hit. And then, Carly asked Amy to be on the record, and Amy agreed to be on the record. But then that's when Carly says, well, you do know that Erica Banks was supposed to be on this same record. And then Amy was like, what, the record you just asked me to be on? And Carly was like, yeah, that's the record I wanted her on. Then she was like, well, what happened? She said, well, she's not on the record because she don't like my man or whatever. So that's the reason why she's not on the record. She don't want to with my man. She don't like my man. So that's why she won't do the song. And so after that, Amy starts talking about how she done got back with Mozzie and that her family is not supportive. They don't support the union. They don't like the union. They feel like she's wasting her time on Mozzie, to be quite honest. And based off of what they're saying, you pretty much are wasting your time with him. So it is what it is. Like she did admit that I was telling them the stuff that he was doing to me. And now that we back together, they're still holding on to that. And that is the reason why you don't tell your friends what's going on in your friends or your family about what's going on in your relationship. Because at the end of the day, they care for you more than you know. So by them caring for you, they're gonna have your back down. They're going to have your back. They're going to make sure that you're good. But at the same point in time, they're not going to, like, once you tell us that he did that to me, he did this to me, he did that to me, he did this to me, then they not going to be with it no more. Like, they're going to be like, well, fuck this nigga. Like, you ain't got to be with him. You ain't got to talk to him no more. We don't like him. And then you're going to be annoyed with everybody because now they don't like him. But they don't like him based off of the shit that you told them. So you can't really be upset about it now, can you? Absolutely not. You can't be mad about it because you already told him about the dirty shit that this man and I already did to you. And even though you've forgiven him and you've taken him back, they're not going to do the same. They're not going to be as forgiving as you are, and they're definitely not going to take him back the same way that you're going to take him back. So you're just going to have to deal with the fact that they don't like your man, and that's just it. They don't like him. So Spice, Sierra, Shakana, and Rennie, they're out. But as we do know on the last episode, Rennie fell ill, but Rennie had a heat stroke. But now that she's over the situation and she's feeling better, she's back to celebrating with Spice. We get into Zel and Jessica White. Zel claims that he's known Jessica White from his heyday in LA, and I highly doubt that he ever knew Jessica White. That whole scene was boring, awkward, and more boring. I don't even know why Jessica White is even still on this show. Because I think she knows now that whole Nick Cannon storyline was not going to be worth a damn. And we was tired of seeing it. And now you want to do music. When all else fails, honey, we on love and hip hop. So let's sit in the studio and eat now, ladies, and call it a damn song. That's what they do now. So Jessica says that she wants Saucy Santana on the track. And then Zel starts talking about his relationship with Saucy and how this is the only man he's ever been with that he's put on blast that he's with. You know what I mean? And it ain't got nothing to do with him being saucy. It's more so about him as a person. I think it has a lot to do with him being saucy, but that's just me and my opinion. Don't let my opinion sway you, girl. That's just what I think. So we back in Belize with Spice, Shakana, Sierra, and Rennie. And Spice says that she needs to learn how to let stuff go. You know, that's her whole thing. She needs to learn how to let things go. She needs to learn how to not allow things to trigger her and bother her. It's just not good for her mental. Rennie says that she's grateful to be here to support Spice. Sierra says that she's bothered by Eric. You know, she saw on social media that Eric was out with some females and stuff on the other night, and that she's feeling some type of way about it. The ink ain't even dry yet. And Shakana was like, I'm so tired of hearing about Eric. Cause she let Eric go. Like, we tired of hearing about him. And you know, y'all know I don't care for Love and Hip Hop's Teletubby. You know I don't, because of that damn shit she pulled with me and T. But at the end of the day, I was here for that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was here for it. I agree with everything that she said. Cause we tired of hearing about Eric. You gonna have you another man in about 10 minutes. So don't nobody care. They ask about Bam. They ask Sierra, is she ready to talk to Bambi? Sierra really ain't ready to talk to Bambi right now because she's hurt by Bambi right now. Rennie said that she ain't apologizing to Erica Banks, especially for all the things that she said about her during the fight and before the fight. She ain't got shit for Erica. They're asking Spice forgive Carly. There's really nothing for Spice to forgive when it comes down to Carly because Carly really didn't do shit. All Carly is guilty for is kissing her motherfucking ass. That's what she's guilty of. Because the way that she was acting, she was definitely kissing her ass. And I'm gonna need for her to stop kissing her ass. Like, please stop. Spice ain't all that. Stop doing that. They bring up the Erica Mena situation and how she can move past it, but Spice says she can never move past that because of the fact that it's kind of like, well, you know, I was called Blackie, I was called Tar, I was called all of those names when I was growing up, and that's why I can't get past it. I ain't here to try to minimize her experience because I definitely believe that that probably happened, and all that stuff. But she's saying she'll never get over it. And you know, Rennie says that she has a sister that's the same complexion as Spice, and people have said that that's not her sister. So imagine how it felt for them when they were growing up. So Zell, Jessica, and Saucy, they in the studio. And Bangladesh and Jessica White try to get, you know, Saucy on the song. Saucy sitting up here acting like Beyonce don't want to be on the damn song. Like he's sitting there like, and I'm like, not Saucy coming on Love and Hip Hop like he bigger and better than the girls. Like, girl, yeah, you bigger than the girls, all right, but you're not better than the girls. Please go away and sit down. But he clearly didn't want to be on the record. Then we get into the showcase. Before we even get to the showcase, you know, Carly tells Amy who's invited, and then everybody starts to pull up, and then Bambi starts feeling ill at the end of the day, and then she goes home after that. So she's had like 4 panic attacks already that particular week. But you know, it's just like, okay, well, we ain't got, you know, we finna go home. I can't do it no more. And Carly get her ass on that stage and calls herself performing. I don't know what the that was, but she looked a mess up there. She looked a hot mess up there, and she sounded a hot mess. And the song is not good. That was like a damn talent show. That was not no real showcase. I don't know what the fuck Carly thought that was, but it wasn't given. And y'all, that's pretty much the end of the episode. I probably should have did this on pre-record because I really did this live in 16 minutes. I'm sorry, y'all. These shows are not giving. Ain't none of my reviews doing numbers right now. Housewives of Potomac ain't good. I haven't even watched Married to Medicine yet. And y'all probably not even gonna get no review on it this week because it's already 2 days late. Like, the episode is not good. Well, the show's not good. And Love and Hip Hop Atlanta ain't good either. So it look like the best thing for my channel is these gossip videos because the shows are not giving and don't nobody care about them right now. Being honest, it's just the truth. But that's pretty much all that we got for this. So before we get up out of here, y'all do know we gotta pay some bills. First things first, make sure you guys support Tramel's song Long Days. It's available everywhere for purchase and streaming. Same thing for Bando. Bando's Dream is now available on Spotify, Apple Music, as well as the YouTube, as well as his other song that goes by the name of DUI. That's also available for purchase and streaming. With that being said, you guys, I am Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here. And until then, I'll talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.